just wanted to ask, what does the church mean by original sin? We're born with original sin or something?
Yeah, the theory of the church is that when Amon and Aman, or Adam and Eve, they call them, when they originally walked away from God and they decided they would be gods themselves, that was the original sin. And that theory is actually true, that it was the original sin committed by the first human couple, the desire to walk away from God and walk away, and as a subsequent result, walk away from God's laws and become their own God, their own lawgiver. That was the original sin. So that you could say they began their fight with God by doing that, a fight with God's laws. So when we refer to, in our discussions, original sin, we're referring to that original sin of beginning the fight with God by setting yourself up to be your own God, your own lawgiver. Yep. Now, they then say that original sin can never be rubbed out except through the blood of Jesus. That is untrue. Original sin is, we are all responsible for rubbing out that original sin. Because if we've imbibed an idea that we are our own gods and our own lawmaker, we have that original sin within us. And we are responsible for removing it. And no one's going to come along and save you from it. No one's going to come along and save you from dealing with that problem. Because it is a problem. It's a problem of perspective, if you think about it, isn't it? It's sort of like, instead of believing God is God, we believe we should be gods, all in our own right. And the fundamental problem with that is your laws will be different than mine. And that'll be different than Julius's, and that'll be different than, Emma's, and that, everyone here will have a different set of laws. And therefore, we're all going to be in disagreement with each other at some point about what is true and what is false. So that's the subsequent effect of us all setting ourselves up as individual gods, having our own laws. The subsequent effect of that is we're all in disagreement. Now, those disagreements eventually are going to come to a head. Now, sometimes it would just be a gentle argument, a gentle disagreement where we can have a smile on our face about it. But sometimes it can be, let's go to war about it. The disagreement. Twice in the last century, there was world wars, which is a fundamental expression of a disagreement. Yeah. And so how we express our disagreements really depends upon how strongly we're willing to defend our fears. And I find a lot of people are willing to go to the point of murder to defend their fears.